Welcome back to part 4 of building my brand from scratch. And so far, if you've watched, you've seen what I've done to build my brand and what my plans are for the future. But now I want to share how building my brand has taught me more about business than I ever expected. This is building my brand part 4, and these are some of the best things I've learned so far. So we live in a society where hard work equates to pay, and it is 1-for-1 trade-off, it feels like. And it's a direct output. You work, you get paid. It's very simple. But when you're building something of your own, it doesn't work the same. You have to understand the effects of delayed gratification, and you have to appreciate that. You're putting in time, energy, and effort. There may be no immediate monetary return. And the hardest part is you still have to work despite that. And you have to pretend that return is already there. Because one day you'll make back the time you invested and much more. I've related building a brand to going to school or learning a craft. Because the more time you put in, the more experienced you become. That experience eventually turns into output, but it can take a long time. As long as you're willing to understand this process and appreciate it and keep working, it's gonna pay off for you. Everyone who has ever created their own path started the same way, doing it for free or even paying to pursue what they believed in. Another huge thing I've learned is that if you are creating your own path, you have to be vulnerable. And I could explain that to you. You have to be vulnerable with people. You have to be vulnerable with your surroundings, and especially vulnerable with yourself. And learning has become one of the biggest reasons I've grown as a business owner. And learning can come from everywhere. Experiences, conversations, even people around you. And that could be anybody around you. Me, I learn from everybody. But if you're not open to learning, to hearing other people's perspectives, then people's words have no value to you. You decide whether you retain that knowledge or not. And this is about being vulnerable. So if you're not being vulnerable to other people and yourself, you won't be able to learn more. And every word I listen to, a lot of things I hear, I take inspiration from that you wouldn't expect. So I've let myself be vulnerable in order to learn from other people, because everyone has a unique experience and you have to understand that as well. I'm sharing with you my experience, but it might not be valuable to you if you don't let it. So if you're going to let this experience be valuable, then I'm sure there's many things you could take from this video to think about. And if you found this video, you probably are part of the people who are vulnerable to learning. And recently I have learned about delayed gratification. And of course, something I already knew of, but I learned to understand and appreciate it. And I honestly think it's something that should be instilled within everybody. It's something I still struggle with as well. And it's hard. It's very hard, especially when you're younger. It can be very frustrating, but it can make all the difference between where you are now and where you will be in 5 years. If you think back to where you were 5 years ago, how do you feel? Me, 5 years ago, I was in high school, and now I finished a university degree and I'm starting my own business. So if I thought about this 5 years ago, then I obviously wouldn't have thought about the reward and how I feel right now. But in 5 years, I think I've been pretty effective and I've had a good, successful, and fulfilling 5 years. So it's thinking about it that way as well. And it's hard to think about it because it might make you feel worse a little bit now, but it might make you feel amazing in the future. And the little bit of work you're putting in now every day will amount to so much within 5 years, right? And it's not that much time. It's something that you can easily and usually do. It's overlooking. But if you use it as a tool, it can propel you much further to be able to reach your goals, as I said. Recently, somebody I know was talking to me about soccer and the levels of soccer. And I've always been curious about what is the major difference between academy players and professional players in Europe. This honestly really stuck with me. This guy played for the academy, and he said the biggest difference between academy players and professionals isn't just skill. It's consistency, effort, and the best players he knew were not the ones that ended up being as successful as the other ones, but it's the ones who were thinking about it all day, working, training, eating well, not clubbing, partying, and drinking. It's a lifestyle at that level. Your passion and effort take you past the point of talent, and it becomes an obsession. But if it's an obsession that you value, then it won't feel like work. Of course, you love a sport, you want to play it every day, but if you want to be the best, you want to play and think about it all day, not just play. And your talent will bring you somewhere, but it might not take you to that next level. Of course, there's circumstances, but usually this is the case. Recently, I've also learned that the difference between you and someone who you aspire to be isn't talent or luck. And it's really easy to look at it that way when you're not in that position yet. But the truth is that they failed more times than you. They've lost way more. They've been laughed at infinitely more than you. You have to learn how to appreciate every single loss and understand how to win after that. Every single celebrity you think of or aspire to be has at one point sucked at what they do or been unpopular in their whatever their niche is, right? But they stuck with it despite it not being profitable or bringing them any fame. They stuck with it and they kept doing it. And that is the main difference between where you are right now and where you want to be. You have to stay great, and you have to be consistently great and do it over time, because there's not many people who have not put in that effort who are successful. They all put in the effort. They didn't do it with applause. They didn't do it with reward. Like right now, I'm gonna make this video for you. If 5 people watch it, then 5 people watch it. If 0 people watch it, then 0 people watch it. But eventually, if I keep making videos and I keep being consistent and I keep staying great at it, or not staying great, but getting great at it, then it will pay off. And it's not that it's luck anymore. It's that I've worked at it, and it's gonna end up paying off. Like, how can you not win if it's all I'm thinking about and it's all I'm trying to succeed at? Then it should be possible. Like, this is all I'm trying to build towards, and I'm doing everything I can to do that. So how could I let it slide, right? And that's the main reason that you can be where you want to be if you are driven to do so. At first, you think all you need is just a stroke of luck. And of course, that can be the case. I'd be very grateful if that was the case for me. But most of the time, that does not happen. What actually sells is work and consistency. If you're passionate about something, keep working on it as if it isn't a job and it's not work. For me, this is fun. I like doing this. I genuinely love building my brand and business and everything that's come along with it, and making this video and making TikToks, making whatever it may be, right? And creating mock-ups and getting new clothes and getting new samples and ordering bulk. Like, that's fun. And it's cool and it's rewarding. And being able to share my thoughts and beliefs with people, with you, whether it's 1 or 1 million people, it's valuable to me that someone can actually use the things that I'm telling them and I've learned and I've experienced to be able to push themselves further and be able to use this information to understand how to do it better. The things I've learned can help motivate people and help them create something as well. That's, what more could I ask, really? Like, that's so valuable. I'm just doing something that I think is fun. I think I could be great at it, and I get to share it, and it could possibly be your reason to be like, damn, I should do this, or I should do that, or I should put in a little more work, or make more videos, or try to balance more time. That's so cool to me. And realistically, if you are watching this, bare minimum is the average, and the average is not bad. I think I would be pleased to be average, but I think I can be greater. If you're scared to take a chance, you already know there is a chance, and that's more than most people could say. If you're afraid to take a chance, you know there's a chance that's available to you. So you think you might have a chance? That's literally more than most could say about this. So there should not be anything stopping you from aspiring and succeeding in what you want to do and what you're trying to put your mind to do. For me, I've also realized that the clock means nothing, honestly. When you feel like putting in work, put in the work. Do it. It's work hours somewhere, right? One of the benefits of building something for yourself is that you can create your own hours, and you can create your own timeline and your how you manage your schedule and how you want to put in your hours and balance your time. You can do whatever you want. It's yours. Don't let your nights get wasted if you're like, oh, I'll do it in the morning. If you feel like doing an hour, you have an idea now, do it now. Do it in the night, whatever. If you feel like doing it in the night, do it in the night. Don't leave it to the morning. Just do it. It needs to be done. If you let it hang and keep waiting, it's how you're going to start slumping, and you're going to keep falling off from staying consistent. If you're doing this on the side, the nights are probably your work hours right now. Don't let them slip away just because everyone else is resting. That's the difference. That really is the difference. Everyone's resting and you're doing work. How can you not be successful if you're doing double the work as everyone? You're not on the same timing as everyone around you. You really aren't. And that is not a bad thing at all. I actually think it's a good thing. That's proof of your determination and willingness to put in work when others aren't willing to. And for me, that's been my most effective times to work, because right now it's 12:30. Not even that late, but this is the time I felt like making a video, and this is the time I'm going to do it. Sometimes it might impact me later, like tomorrow or something, but I feel so productive and determined, and I feel powerful when I'm doing it, when I'm making this video. It really makes me believe in my vision. It feels really rewarding when I am putting that work in, and I feel productive. And sometimes the reward is the feeling of your own efforts, not the outcome always. You have to appreciate the reward is how you feel when you're doing it. Every moment leading up to the outcome is just as important and valuable, which is another thing I've learned so far. Appreciate the process, because you will never have another first time. And the first time you learn something, it's by far the most exciting part. So you have to savor it, even though obviously there's nothing that you could look back on yet. You're in the now, you're in that moment that you will look back on right now. Try to appreciate that moment, right? Because I know that in a few years I'm going to look back and this will be the most exciting time of starting my brand, and it can't be replicated. And I also recognize that although there is a general goal and outcome I'm working towards, it won't necessarily have an immediate impact on how I feel. And that's because every moment leading up to it is a part of that feeling. So when you wait and wait to feel the value of your work, you miss the point. You're going to be misled and disappointed. Because every moment, starting from my first video, my first message to a supplier, my first drawing, my first mock-up, every one of those moments leads to my first goal right now, which is selling my first drop. So if I'm not appreciating the moment where I made up my first shirt, or I made my logo, or whatever it may be, then I'm missing the main point of it. Because you're in the now. Appreciate the now, be present in what you're doing. So appreciate your head down work right now, because there's no reward obviously, but the reward is the work. Like, honestly, it sounds silly to say, but the reward is what you're doing and what you're building. Most people aren't doing this. For me, I'm so passionate and driven right now that it is really easy to enjoy my work and all the efforts I've put in recently. And now you have to remember that building a brand isn't just about products and sales. It isn't about that direct output. And it isn't that equation, right? It's about patience, consistency, vulnerability, and your belief. And if you're willing to keep showing up, it's gonna pay off. It's that simple. So with that, stay tuned for the next video. Take it easy and good luck. You got this.